If I had £1 for every time I'm asked that question, I'd also be bidding at the auction. The reality is, the agency world in our area is so competitive that we simply wouldn't exist if we went around selling lots of cheap houses. Fundamentally, you will always have a reserve to protect you, so this is the minimum figure at which the property can sell. That reserve is agreed by you prior to the auction, so there is always a safety net, no matter what happens. With an auction, there is a reversal of the normal tactics. With an estate agent, you issue a high asking price, and then people make offers and chip away at that and the figure goes down. With an auction, you offer a guide price. So that's a really tempting figure, a figure that I define as, what would 10 people pay for it? Admittedly, this is lower, but remember, with an auction, we're only setting a minimum. There is no upper limit to what we can achieve. One thing all the successful auction lots have in common is an attractive guide price. That figure that gets people excited and bidding against each other. I'm absolutely convinced that on the right auction lot with the right guide price, we can achieve prices that are far, far better than with a normal estate agent. As agents, we do sellers no favours by giving them unrealistic or flattering valuations. Really important to remember, your property is only new to the market once, so you get one chance to make that impression. The best auction lots scream off the page, buy me. They're the top of everyone's list, they're the first choice, and a lot of that comes down to the correct guide price. We have to be mindful that we're in a market that is cautious and price sensitive, even for the best properties. So it's so critical to get that guide price right. Hollis Morgan have over 200 years estate agency experience between the team. We've been fortunate enough to be the market leaders and most successful auctioneers in our region since 2010. If you're still watching, then you're obviously serious about selling some land or property by auction. I'll now run you through the process from start to finish of how we'll sell your lot, from initial inquiry through to completion and success. Yes, we will come and visit you at the property. Normally, we'll have a conversation on the phone first, just to make sure the property is suitable for auction. Before we come and visit, we'll send you an email outlining all our costs, so you know exactly what they'll be before the meeting. At the valuation, we'll run you through all the different pricing strategies, the guide price, the reserve price. We'll show you examples of sold properties and local comparables. Getting the right guide price and reserve price is absolutely critical for the success of your lot. A guide is the only bit of information the public see, so it's the public price and it's used to attract as much interest as possible. It's an indication of the minimum level to which you will sell your lot. You then set a reserve, so this is your safety net. The property cannot sell for any less than the reserve price. We'll then issue a target range, so to give you an idea of what you can expect to sell on the night. To put that into context, on average, our lots sell for approximately 25% over the guide price. But remember, there is no upper limit with an auction, anything's possible. Almost as important as the guide price is a legal pack. Without it, we cannot sell your lot. In layman's terms, a legal pack contains all the information any potential buyer needs to know about your property. Whilst it's your responsibility to provide a legal pack, we have our own in-house solicitor to babysit the process and to troubleshoot any problems. Once we have the legal pack from your solicitor, it's loaded up onto our website. Potential buyers can download the legal pack free from our website 24/7. Some auctioneers choose to monetize this process and they charge to download that legal pack. This feels like a huge barrier and something that we don't do. So to be absolutely clear, the legal packs are free to download on the Hollis Morgan website. Most properties will need an EPC, so this is an Energy Performance Certificate. It's a government requirement these days to sell a property. We can help source them for you, both commercial and residential. With regards to insurance, we'd always recommend to keep the property insured until completion. Whilst most buyers will begin to insure the property from exchange, it's always better to be safe. Once you instruct us, it's a countdown to the auction, so there's no time to waste. First thing is our in-house photographer will visit the property to prepare Drone photos, photographs, floor plans, virtual tours, video tours, you name it, we'll use every trick in the book. Once the property is live online, we'll start to get inquiries. The admin team here at HQ will organise all viewings and they'll be supervised by a member of our sales team. Once the inquiries start rolling in, our admin team will be in contact with either you or the tenants to book viewings. They'll all be supervised by a member of our sales team who will ensure that the property is left as they find it. A good auction lot is by definition interesting, so it should organically grow interest from different people. However, we will enhance its appeal with some tried and tested and simple methods. The main thing is getting the details right. Keep the language simple and explain exactly what the property is. What, where and why. So what and where the property is fairly straightforward. The why bit lists all the potential opportunities, all the positives, all the reasons why someone should buy that lot. We will also provide, where possible, independent rental appraisals and will instruct the Hollis Morgan New Homes team to provide GDV appraisals just to make it as simple as possible for someone to buy your lot. Communication between us and our client is key. We need you to know what's going on so that you can help us move forward. We will commit to a detailed weekly feedback, letting you know how many legal packs have been downloaded, how many viewings, what specific feedback there is, and of course any offers. We'll be in touch with you regularly to book in viewings. There's no reason why you shouldn't know exactly what's going on with your lot. Sometimes it's advantageous to sell property prior to the auction. But don't worry, this doesn't mean taking it off the market and waiting for something to happen. Absolutely key point to make is that a property will only be removed from our auction catalogue once it's exchanged contracts. However, if we have a complete legal pack and people want to make you offers, there's absolutely no reason why we can't sell it prior to the auction. We asked to wait until the legal pack is complete so that in theory someone can make you an offer in the morning, exchange contracts in the afternoon. Auction day will come around quicker than you can imagine. On the day itself, we stream our auction live via our website. There's no paywall, anyone can watch it and get involved. All the bidders have been pre-vetted and would have had to register during the week. They're going to be bidding either online, via the telephone or with proxy bids. So long as you have a bid of reserve or higher, you'll have an instant exchange of contracts, a 10% non-refundable deposit, and the buyers will commit to completion 8 weeks later or earlier by mutual consent. Remember, with an auction lot, the only way it can be taken out of the catalogue is if someone exchanges contracts with a 10% non-refundable deposit. Sometimes things happen and life doesn't go to plan. If, for whatever reason, your buyer is unable to complete, they will forfeit their 10% deposit. We're very fortunate in that we have a high success rate. So long as we have registered bidders and a legal pack, you have a high 90% chance of success. However, not every lot is always successful, and for a variety of reasons, you sometimes don't reach reserve. But the reality is, we'll have committed so much time and effort to your lot, let's just talk to each other and we'll work out a plan that suits us both. Auction day is a distant memory. We're either 8 weeks later or a bit earlier, and we get the phone call from your solicitor to say we've completed. Before that, we need all the keys so we can hand them over to the buyer. As soon as completion goes through, the rest of the funds will be released to your solicitor and you're away. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. If you have an interesting lot you'd like to sell, you can either call us to book in a valuation or hop on the website and complete a valuation form. Either way, you'll get a phone call from us and we'll jump into gear.